My dear friend, if you wish to understand how I bring anything I desire into form, you must first be willing to release the idea that manifestation is something done to the outer world. It is not that at all. It is a movement within awareness itself. It is a shift in identity. It is the gentle release of one state and the acceptance of another. And that is everything. I do not alter things outside. I transform myself. And in transforming myself, I discover that the world has reorganized itself to reflect that change. For the world is not the cause, it is the result. It is the shadow projected by the inner being, and you are that inner being. Scripture tells us, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." It does not say to transform the world. It does not say to struggle and force life to bend. It simply says, "Be transformed." That transformation is not effortful action, but a shift in identity. You stop being the one who longs and become the one who already has. You stop being the one who searches and become the one who knows. This is the law. Assumption solidifies into fact. You do not receive what you merely want. You receive what you accept as true. And so if you wish to manifest anything, you must dare to assume that you already are the one who has it. Not through empty words, not through hopeful repetition, but through being. When I desire something, I do not ask how it will arrive. I do not concern myself with the channels through which it will come. I simply enter the state of the wish fulfilled. I feel myself to be the person I would be if my desire were already a fact and I remain there. Creation is already complete. There is nothing new to create. All states already exist. The one who is wealthy exists. The one who is loved exists. The one who is free exists. The one who is fulfilled exists. These are not future possibilities. They are present realities, states of awareness available now. You do not create the state, you move into it. And when you move into it, you leave another behind. You cannot serve two states at once. You cannot be the one who is rejected and the one who is adored at the same time. You cannot be the one who lacks and the one who is abundant simultaneously. You must release the former self. Scripture speaks of putting off the old man and putting on the new. This is not moral teaching. It is psychological truth. The old man is your previous assumption of yourself. The new man is the identity you choose to occupy. To manifest, I simply let go of the old man. If I have thought of myself as unworthy, I stop thinking from that place. I do not fight it. I do not overanalyze it. I allow it to fade through neglect. And I assume the feeling of worthiness. I feel what it would be like to be chosen, to be appreciated, to be secure, and I remain there quietly. Feeling is the secret, not emotion in a dramatic sense, but the deep inner knowing of being. The Sabbath is not a day on a calendar. It is the inner rest that follows assumption. It is the stillness that comes when you know it is finished. When I manifest, I do not strain. I do not repeat affirmations mechanically. I do not search the outer world for proof. I simply assume and rest. For once assumed, it must externalize. The world has no alternative. It is compelled to mirror the state I occupy. You see, consciousness is the only reality. There is no power outside of you. The so-called external world is the reflection of your own being. As within, so without. This is not poetry, it is law. When Moses stood before the burning bush and asked for God's name, the answer came, "I am that I am." That is the name of God, I am. Not I will be, not I was, but I am. Whatever follows those words within your mind is the state you bring to life. If you say I am tired, you animate that condition. If you say I am unwanted, you animate that experience. If you say I am blessed, you animate that truth. The words themselves matter less than the inner conviction. For the true I am is not the phrase, it is the awareness behind it. Imagination is God. Do not mistake imagination for fantasy. It is the creative force of consciousness itself. The world was spoken into being, and that speech was not sound. It was assumption, an unseen claiming of reality. When I desire something, I imagine a scene that would be true if it were already fulfilled. A simple moment, a friend congratulating me, a handshake, a letter confirming success. I enter that scene in imagination and I feel it real. I sense its solidity. I hear the tones of reality and then I release it. I do not repeat it endlessly. I have entered the state and that is sufficient. The seed has been planted. If you dig up a seed each day to check its growth, you destroy it. The same applies to assumption. Once you have accepted the state, leave it alone. The bridge of incidents will unfold naturally. Events will shift. People will move. Circumstances will change, and you will not have forced anything. The outer world must conform. It has no independent existence. It is animated by the state you hold. If you remain loyal to the new state, the world will reflect it. If you waver and return to the old self, the reflection will follow that instead. This is not punishment, it is simply law. The past has no power unless you continue to occupy it. You may say, "This always happens to me." That is memory speaking. Memory is just a state. If you keep identifying with it, you continue it. But if you dare to assume a new identity, the past loses its hold. It fades like mist under sunlight. When I manifest, I do not try to fix the past. I simply step into a new state now. Because consciousness is the only reality, the present assumption reshapes the future and redeems the past. You are not bound by history. You are bound only by your current assumption of yourself. So if you wish to manifest anything, ask yourself, who would I be if this were already true? How would I feel? How would I perceive the world? What would feel natural to me? Then be that now. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for proof. Proof follows assumption. It never comes before it. The prodigal son did not earn his return. He rose and went to his father. That rising is the shift in state. The father running to meet him is the world rearranging itself in response. When you rise in awareness, the world rushes to meet you. This is not arrogance, it is understanding. You are not a small being trying to influence a vast universe. You are the operant power. The universe is your reflection. The drama of life is your own consciousness made visible. If you assume you are neglected, the world will reflect neglect. If you assume you are cherished, the world will reflect appreciation. It may use different people. It may unfold in unexpected ways, but it must align. Assumption hardens into fact. Therefore, choose carefully the state you occupy, not through struggle, but through selection. It is like changing clothes. You remove one garment and put on another. The garment does not resist. It simply covers you. So it is with states. If you wish to manifest wealth, stop being the one who worries about money. Put on the feeling of security. If you wish to manifest love, stop being the one who fears rejection. Put on the feeling of being chosen. If you wish to manifest health, stop identifying with illness. Put on the feeling of vitality. Do not fight the old state. Let it fade through lack of attention. Attention gives life. Withdraw attention from what you no longer wish to sustain. Enter the new state quietly. Persist in it gently and rest. The world will reorganize itself in ways you could never plan. Doors will open, conversations will happen, opportunities will appear, and you will wonder how it all came together. But deep within, you will know you changed. There is no power opposing you, only the echo of past assumptions. If something appears contrary, do not react. Reaction pulls you back into the old state. Instead, return inwardly to the fulfilled state. Feel it again, know it again, and remain there. The storm cannot uproot a tree whose roots are deep. Root yourself in the certainty of being, not hoping, not trying, but being. When you truly assume, there is a subtle shift, a quiet relief, a sense of inevitability. That is the Sabbath. That is the sign you have entered the state, and from that moment it is done. You may not see movement immediately, and that does not matter. The unseen is more real than what is seen. The visible world is only the delayed reflection of previous states. Persist in the new one, and the outer world must align. Do not measure by appearances, measure by inner certainty. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not in the sky. It is not in some distant future. It is the state of consciousness you choose to occupy. If you truly understand this, you will no longer ask how to manifest. You will ask, who am I being? That is the secret. That is how I manifest anything I desire. I become the one who has it. I feel the naturalness of it. I rest in it and allow the world to reflect it. Nothing more is required. You are already that which you seek. The desire itself is evidence. You would not desire what does not already exist as a state within consciousness. Hunger implies food. Thirst implies water. Desire implies fulfillment. Step into it. Release the former self. Do not grieve it. It was only a garment. Put on the new one and walk as though it is true, because it is. In the end, you will realize that you did not change the world. You simply remembered who you are. You remembered that imagination is God. You remembered that consciousness is the only reality. And you assumed your rightful state. And the world, obedient and faithful, reflected that remembrance back to you.